Friday, Friday, Yarn Fairy Friday.
Hello my beautiful friends, welcome back to my channel. This is Nova Gnome Creations and I'm Nova and I am so glad you decided to join me today. If this is your first time, welcome to my channel. I hope that you find this to be a comfy, cozy little corner of YouTube. Grab some yarn and pull up a chair and come hang out. Maybe grab a nice drink. If it is not your first time here, thank you so much for coming back. I appreciate you and love you, and I'm so happy you decided to join me. So today is Yarn Fairy Friday. Woohoo! Also, we made it through the week. Yarn Fairy Fridays are something that we do over here every Friday for like 2 months. There's like 8 Fridays that we're doing it in total. And next Friday is the last Friday for Yarn Fairy Fridays. So if you don't know what Yarn Fairy Friday is, I have a playlist, which I will link in the description below, for the Yarn Fairy Friday videos. Also, I will link below the channel that we are making these little amigurumis for, which is Chronically Crocheting. And I will link the video where Crystal at Chronically Crocheting talked about wanting to be a yarn fairy for the first time. So just to give you a very condensed version of what Yarn Fairy Fridays are, it's so hard to condense it. So Crystal and her grandkids are going to get to spend Halloween together. She's going to be flying out and they are super excited to see her and they wanted to know what she wanted to be for Halloween. Well, they think she's magic and can just create anything, and she thought it would be really fun to go as a yarn fairy and be able to just poof little amigurumis out magically. But it was just kind of a pipe dream, not something she actually was planning on doing necessarily, because there was no way she would be able to make all of these little amigurumis in time for Halloween. Crystal, if you couldn't tell by her channel name, has some chronic illness problems and chronic fatigue, so it's hard to get things done quickly like that, let alone the fact that this would be difficult for anyone to get done this quickly, even if they didn't have chronic fatigue. So our very own Llama Mama Kayla saw this video and was like, I'm gonna help her. Like, this is an amazing thing and I want to make this happen. So she made a video asking everybody to help, and it's just kind of snowball affected from there. I saw her video, I was like, yes, I want to help too, and several other people have saw her video and were like, yes, I want to help too, and then thus I started doing Yarn Fairy Fridays, and here we are today. If you would like to help, there is an address in my description box. It is Crystal's, and it's in all of her description boxes as well. Check out her channel and check out her video, and also check out Llama Mama Kayla and check out her videos. And if you want to send in anything to my email of little pictures of your makes, my email is also in the description box, and that is novagnomecreations@gmail.com, and I will include them in my video for all of our viewing pleasure, our little amigurumi eye candies. And without further ado, welcome to Yarn Fairy Friday. So today I have for you some super cute little makes. And these were a pattern that was just recently posted onto YouTube, and you may have seen it. They are so bright, I didn't even think about this. They're gonna blow up my camera. They're gonna blow out my camera, not blow up my camera. So I've got these adorable little tiny spiders. How cute are these? And I made one that looks like a candy corn kind of color for Halloween. And then, I mean, obviously they're for both for Halloween. And then one that's in like a poison green kind of color. You know, this is like a toxic spider. And it's got, it goes into yellow. I don't know if it can pick up on that, but it has like a little bit of a ombre gradient kind of thing going on. And I gave it 4 eyes, you know, like a spider's eyes would be, with the 2 bigger ones and then the 2 smaller ones. Well, they're all tiny eyes, honestly, but these ones are smaller. And I will definitely insert some pictures of these too, just to make sure you guys can actually see them. Especially this green one is just probably not being captured very well because of how bright they are. How cute are these? I just thought these were the most adorable thing ever when I saw them, and I was like, these are perfect for Yarn Fairy Friday. I love them! Oh, there we go. From back here, you can kind of see the gradient. So it likes it from further back as far as these guys go. And they are nice and flat on the bottom, so they sit like a dream. These are perfect for sitting on, like, you know, a shelf or whatever. But these are perfect little bite-sized amigurumis for Halloween. So I will link the YouTube tutorial for these in the description. And as always, there will be a video bank, or no, they're not all videos, a bank of little amigurumis that are free patterns in case you want to make some little amigurumis for Yarn Fairy Friday and you need some ideas. I haven't made all of them. They were just ones that I've collected and some of you guys have suggested and things like that. So they are there for your ease of finding patterns. But these will definitely be in the description. And then I also made a couple of Frankenstein creations. You guys know how I love to do little Frankenstein creations for these Yarn Fairy Fridays. But before I show you my Frankenstein creations, what's in my mug this morning? Well, for one, I have my Baby Yoda, or the child mug. And it is sitting on my beautiful mug warmer. And I even brought the packet over here so I could tell you what it was. It is glazed lemon loaf. And the description for that is, revel in a dessert-worthy tea with tangy notes of lemon and velvety, creamy vanilla. And the ingredients are apple, natural flavors, green rooibos, orange peel, chamomile, rose petals, licorice root, and ginger. It is so good, you guys. And I got this at Target. One more drink. I got this at Target when I got that coffee that I was telling you guys about. The cinnamon roll coffee. That stuff's so good too. Okay, so which one should I start with first? They're actually very different Frankenstein creations this time. I will start with this one because it just makes me laugh so much. Okay, so I do like little Frankenstein creations usually pretty much every week. I do something that's like more, you know, traditional and obviously like cute. And then I do something that I kind of just use like yarn scraps and get mixy matchy and stuff. Like I purposely use 2 different color eyes, has like a brown and a green eye on this one. And I just kind of have fun with it, and like I think they're kind of, I don't know, abstract. But I figure, you know, the little kids will have fun with these and think that they are just the funniest thing ever. So this is like a little, I don't even know. It's a bear. It's definitely a bear. But it's got like really like wispy little arms, and it's wearing a skirt. It's got a little purse. And I gave it a little yarn hair floof that I like picked apart the strands and kind of floofed it up. I think this guy is so fun. I know. I always am like torn between being embarrassed by these and also like they're so fun. I really enjoy making them. They're just kind of, I just like make random shapes and kind of smack them together, and like, yeah, this is what comes out. Oh, and it has a little hat. So here is my first little Frankenstein's creation. And this one is just kind of, I don't know, Sassy the bear or something. And then my second one this week for my Frankenstein creation is actually pretty different from what I've been doing. I did kind of like a little flat, a flat guy. I don't know what to call it. It kind of reminds me of like when my sister was in school, they read this book called Flat Stanley, and I don't really know anything about it, but she was obsessed with it. She like thought it was the best thing ever. She talked about it all the time. So I still remember Flat Stanley. And it was like some guy named Stanley that was like squished flat. And I don't know anything else about it, but that's what this kind of reminds me of. But, so it's like a little Frankenstein creation. It's got one arm, it's got, you know, the wonky eyes, and they are googly eyes. And it's got like a sparkly white for the body, of soft like chenille yarn. And then when you flip it, it's a different guy, and the arm goes on both sides because the arm like is reversible. And he's got like this big nose, and he's got the wonky 2 different colored eyes. I don't know, I just thought it was kind of fun. This is another one that I'm not really sure what I would even call it. But I thought this was kind of fun, and, I don't know. I think it's just a fun little concept. And they got the googly eyes. I could see this being something that I would have thought was cool when I was a kid. So yeah. So those are my little Frankenstein creations this week. Let me hold them up together. They're actually really different from each other. So pretty soon I won't have a reason to make my little Frankenstein creations. So I'm kind of living it up while I still have a reason to make these. Of course I still could make them, but I wouldn't have a reason to make them anymore. I like having this reason to do them. So those are my Frankenstein creations. And I am not sure if I got any Yarn Fairy Friday submissions in my email. I cannot recall right now. But I will definitely check after I'm done filming this little clip. And if I did receive any, I will pop those in here. I hope everybody is having a fantastic Friday. And if you are sending off anything to Crystal, don't forget that we want to send them off by next Friday. Next Friday is the 30th. So, I was thinking that it's probably for the best if we get them shipped out by then, like Friday being like the last day probably, because she's going to be going to visit her grandkids on October 18th. And, you know, with shipping, it could be a day, it could be 2 weeks. You just really don't know. And it would suck so much if you send like a package of amigurumis and then they got there too late. So just to be on the safe side, I am going to be sending mine after next Yarn Fairy Friday. But also, reminder, tomorrow is Gnome of the Month. So I know a lot of you guys were like, oh my gosh, I'm definitely getting in on Gnome of the Month. I already know what I'm doing. I'm going to send in a picture. Just a reminder that if you want to have your gnome in my Gnome of the Month video tomorrow, I need you to send me an email with your picture and whatever name you would like me to use for you in my video. And my email is in the description, but it is novagnomecreations@gmail.com. And since this is our first Gnome of the Month video, I also thought that it doesn't have to be a gnome you made this month. You can send me a picture of any gnome that you've made. And then going forward, we'll do like whatever gnomes you've made this month are like ones that you can send in. Just, you know, so that we're not getting repeats of like the same gnomes that you've already made sent in every month or something. But yeah, I'm hoping to see lots of gnomes, get some gnome-spiration. And I hope everybody is having a fantastic Friday. I will see you guys tomorrow. Bye, guys!